Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile for branded despia. So if you do enjoy this, consider leaving a like, comment if you have any questions or suggestions, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Always appreciated. Let's go and get right into it. So starting off, of course, 3 Eleber, the best starter. This gets you your branded spells when it's normal or special summoned, and then if it's in the graveyard and a fusion monster is destroyed or leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you get to special summon this card and negate one face-up effect monster, which is really nice, that your opponent controls, of course. Then one you don't see too often, but I'm running 3 Tragedy. Tragedy is pretty good. If you send it to the graveyard in any way or banish it, you get to add a despia monster from your deck to your hand, and you can banish this from your graveyard to grab one of your branded spells in the graveyard and set it, so pretty cool. And then another one that you see usually at 2, but I'm running 3 Fallen Balbaz. It is a bit unfortunate if you open up multiples, but this deck has so many ways to send it to the graveyard and then put it back in the deck. I feel like 3 is a pretty good number, but you can definitely bump it down to 2 if that's what you prefer. And then 3 Edge Imp Chain, of course, not only good when it's sent to the graveyard by fusion summoning with it or anything like that, but you get to add the Fright for Patchwork, which allows you to then add another copy of Edge Imp and a Poly, which is really nice. Helps you extend into your plays. Overall, a very solid card. I do see some builds with only running 2, so if you feel more comfortable with that ratio, go ahead and bump it down. And then 2 Spriggan's Kit. I really like this card. It's a nice way to get your branded spells and traps, kind of like Eleber. But if you control a monster, a fusion monster with Albaz as fusion material, you get to special summon this from your hand. Very nice. Next, 1 Dramaturge of Despia. This is really nice because if it's used for fusion material from your hand or field by either getting sent to the graveyard or being banished, you get to special summon it. And then if a fusion, synchro, exceed, or link monster is special summoned, except during the damage step, you can target one face-up monster on the field and negate its effects, which is really nice. Then 1 Ab Libitin. If it's used for fusion material like the Dramaturge, you get to target either a Despia monster or a level 8 or higher fusion monster in your banish pile or graveyard and special summon it. So a very nice way to just extend a lot more. That'll do it for like the big lineup. For the one-ofs, we got the 1 Mercurier, just to negate a monster effect. And then 1 Snow, really nice, being able to banish cards, special summon it, and set a card if they don't have if they have like a fusion monster or XCs or anything like that. Came up a few times when I've been playing it. Very nice. Then, of course, the 3 Branded Fusion gets you all your plays going. The second best spell in the deck, in my opinion, just because Branded Fusion is so strong, and that is Branded Opening. Gets you your Despia monsters, gets you to the Eleber to get your Branded Fusion or any other of your branded spells. Next, we have 3 Fright for Patchwork. This will get you your Edge Imp and your Polymerization. And the best draw card, 3 Allure Darkness. This gets you a lot of pluses with Tragedy. If you're able to get the draw 2 plus banishing Tragedy, get the Despia monster, is just a very strong opening. Then I'm running the 3 Super Poly. Just comes up in a lot of situations. If you have a Despia monster on the field and your opponent's playing a lot of light and dark, very nice. And then 2 Branded in red, very strong. Lets you target a Despia monster in your graveyard, add it to hand, and then you can fusion summon right afterwards by banishing material from your field and hand. Just very, very strong. And then to round off the spells and the main deck, I'm not running any traps right now. I know the branded trap is really strong. I just haven't got a chance to pick one up. But 2 Polymerization, of course, to add off of the Patchwork and to go into more fusion plays. Very strong. Then one of the Despia Theater of the Branded, just lets you get into more fusion plays. One Branded Lost to protect your fusion summons. And then you get to add a Fallen Valbaz monster, or one that has the Fallen Valbaz in its text. And of course one Called by the Grave. That'll do it for the main deck. It is 40 cards. Really quickly onto the extra deck. We have 2 Lebellion for the Dark target for Branded Fusion. You discard a card and fusion summon a level 8 or higher monster by returning the materials from the field or graveyard. Then 2 of the Branded Dragon. This one is nice for the light target. Sending off of Branded Fusion, of course. This lets you banish some material from your field, graveyard or hand, to get the fusion summon of level 8 or higher. Then 2 Masquerade, very strong. Burns your opponent for 600, and if you have multiple on the field, they will stack. So you can be burning your opponent for every card they activate for 1200. And then if it is destroyed and your opponent controls any extra deck monster, you can special summon it from the graveyard. But it has to be fusion summoned, or a fusion summoned monster to burn them for 600. Then one of the Glory Dragon, just to send off of the Mary Jade, really, to get the Fallen Valbaz card. Then one of the Abyss Dragon, just for like the Dragon Link matchup, and it's pretty decent. I'm running one of the Quiritus. This one makes all of the monsters in the field go down to 0, except for fusion monsters level 8 or higher, so very nice. One Starving Venom Fusion Dragon for Super Poly. And then one Dragus de Paleo, again for Super Poly. Then we got 2 Mary Jade, really nice to send a extra deck monster to the graveyard and then banish a monster your opponent controls. One Guardian Chimera, definitely you can run it at 2 for sure. I just only have access to 1 copy at the moment. And then one of the Proskerion, really nice. It'd be able to go into this, and it's just a huge beater. But yeah, that was the deck profile. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.